everyone, so we're working on this Ford Transit, and I just thought I'd give you this quick tip. If you have just rebuilt your engine or something similar, or have replaced your oil pump, or have done any work on the front of the engine, for example, change the crank seal, remove the timing cover to replace the chain, and you would like to build pressure in the engine, so you'd like to build up oil pressure before starting the engine, so I'll show you how to do that today. With the common rail engines, it's a lot easier because you can disconnect the injectors if you wanted to, but I'll show you the actual proper way on disconnecting the crank angle sensor. So what we want to do is we want to get underneath the vehicle. So you want to come underneath the vehicle and just come to the rear of the gearbox where your catalytic converter is. At the top there you can see that wire. So just above that is the crank angle sensor, which has a metal clip on it. There should be a shield here, but this one is missing the shield. So there's normally like a metal shield. You can watch my other video if you need to see the earlier models. It's about the same anyway. So what we want to do is we're going to go ahead here and you want to push this metal connector in and pull it. So just like that. So you want to push this down. It's a lockable clip. So push this down and then just pull it out. That just pulls out from the crank angle sensor. Now this will disable your injectors and it'll disable the vehicle from starting. So now we can go ahead and crank the engine. Do keep in mind, if you are doing it this way, you can throw up fault codes. So if you don't have a tool to clear up the codes and stuff, just do keep that in mind. You might throw up a fault code. So I'll go ahead and show you that now. Just thought I'd mention that. So we've got the key here. We'll just go ahead and start the vehicle, or rather we'll just be cranking the vehicle. So what you ideally want to do is you want to monitor it. So that's your oil pressure light there. You want to just crank it till that oil pressure light goes off. That usually indicates that there's oil pressure built up in the system. Then you can go ahead and reconnect that connector and start the engine as per normal. You can even give it a few cranks. You don't have to wait till that oil pressure light goes off, but if it's a fresh rebuild, I do recommend waiting till the oil pressure light goes off. And we can do it once again. Turn the ignition off and turn it on again. And there we go. You just saw that. The oil pressure light went off, so that means we've got oil pressure built up in the whole of the engine. So this way you know, now it's safe to start. So just make sure everything's back on before starting it. And we'll go ahead and put the connector back in. So we'll just go ahead and slot the connector back in place. Once you hear it click in place, now we can go ahead and start it. It would also be a good time now to check your dipstick in case the oil level has dropped. Now that we've put the crank angle sensor back in, let's go ahead and start it. Make sure the vehicle is in neutral always. Foot on the brake and start it. So this is just a safe way of starting a vehicle if you've done some engine work or something similar. This just ensures that before it starts, you've built up oil pressure and you know that the vehicle or the engine is not going to run dry. So that's a crucial step. It's a very important step as well when rebuilding engines. So do subscribe and check out my channel. I've got lots of other videos that can be helpful to you. A lot of other Ford Transit videos and a lot of other interesting content.